When it comes to luxury cars, the choice between Lexus and Mercedes-Benz is one of the most fascinating debates in the automotive world. Both brands carry weighty reputations, though for very different reasons. Mercedes-Benz represents European heritage, cutting-edge innovation, and a prestige that stretches back over a century. Lexus, on the other hand, has built its name on Japanese precision, Toyota-backed dependability, and an ownership experience that is famously stress-free. But when reliability is the deciding factor, these two automakers could not be further apart. To truly see where they differ, we will compare their lineups model for model, because that is where the contrast in engineering philosophies becomes starkly clear. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button to support us. Thank you. Take the midsize luxury sedan category as a starting point. Lexus has long fielded the ES, a car that epitomizes comfort and longevity. The ES 350, with its naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, has been a poster child for what Toyota's engineering can achieve: bulletproof durability and modest ownership costs. Even the hybrid ES 300h, which some buyers feared would introduce complexity, has proven remarkably consistent, with owners reporting mileages well into the hundreds of thousands without significant repair bills. Its Achilles heel, if you could call it one, is that it lacks the performance flair of European competitors. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class, meanwhile, stands as one of the most recognizable nameplates in luxury sedans, and in terms of design and driving dynamics, it has often led the pack. Yet under the bonnet, especially in the 2010 to 2016 generation, buyers found themselves dealing with timing chain tensioner failures, balance shaft issues, and electronics that aged poorly. Even in later models where some of these problems were ironed out, ownership costs remained noticeably higher, with expensive oil leak repairs or turbo actuator replacements cropping up before the 100,000-mile mark. The E-Class may win the heart on a test drive, but the ES quietly wins the war of attrition over a decade of ownership. A similar story plays out in the compact luxury sedan segment. Lexus's IS has always taken the conservative path, offering a dependable V6 in the IS 250 and IS 350 that may not set any performance records, but almost never lets its owner down. The most common issue has been carbon buildup in early direct injection engines, but even this is minor compared to the litany of complaints surrounding the Mercedes C-Class. The C300, especially the models produced between 2015 and 2018, introduced a turbocharged four-cylinder that turned out to be far less robust than expected. Timing chain stretch, oil consumption, and premature fuel pump failures left many owners footing bills that ran into the thousands. Suspension wear, too, cropped up shockingly early, with bushings and control arms often needing replacement within 60,000 miles. By contrast, Lexus owners were still happily driving without major headaches. In this matchup, Lexus comes across as the brand for those who want a car to simply work, while Mercedes demands both more attention and more money. At the top of the sedan hierarchy sits the Lexus LS versus the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And here, the contrast between Japanese pragmatism and German extravagance is at its sharpest. The S-Class has for decades been the standard bearer of luxury, introducing technologies like adaptive cruise control, advanced infotainment systems, and high-tech suspension setups years before competitors. However, all that complexity comes at a price. Owners of the W221 generation, sold from 2007 to 2013, often discovered that their air suspension would fail, their electronic systems would throw costly errors, and repairs to camshaft adjusters could empty a wallet faster than one might imagine. The newer W222 models have not entirely shed these problems either, with expensive software malfunctions and electrical overloads being reported. A simple air suspension repair on an S-Class can cost several £1,000s or euros, and that is just for one corner of the car. Meanwhile, the Lexus LS quietly marches on, known for its almost uncanny reliability. Whether it was the LS 430 that became legendary in the early 2000s or the more recent LS 460, these cars could comfortably hit 300,000 miles without a single catastrophic failure. Owners rarely encounter more than minor oil leaks or a worn suspension bushing, and repair costs are consistently lower. The S-Class dazzles in the showroom, but the LS proves itself in the long run. The battle shifts to SUVs, where many luxury buyers now spend their money. In the compact SUV class, Lexus brought out the NX, particularly popular in hybrid form. With a drivetrain borrowed from the Toyota RAV4, the NX300H combined excellent fuel efficiency with a reputation for durability. Owners routinely cross the 200,000-mile mark with nothing more than basic servicing. Compare that with Mercedes-Benz GLC, a handsome SUV with strong performance figures, but also a string of reliability problems. Transmission glitches, turbo faults, and poorly designed sunroof drains that led to cabin flooding plagued early models. Repair costs mounted quickly once warranty coverage lapsed, leaving many owners regretting the purchase. Here again, Lexus played the long game while Mercedes dazzled in the short term. Perhaps the most one-sided comparison comes when looking at the midsize luxury SUV class. The Lexus RX has built such a reputation for reliability that it almost defines the category. Its 3.5-liter V6 has been nearly indestructible across generations, and the hybrid RX 450h is a masterclass in how to build an electrified drivetrain that just works. It is no accident that used Lexus RX models consistently sell at a premium because buyers know what they are getting. The Mercedes GLE, on the other hand, has given owners plenty to complain about. The four-cylinder turbo in the GLE 350 and the twin-turbo V6 in the GLE 400 both suffer from misfires, crankcase ventilation failures, and a laundry list of electronic malfunctions. Worst of all, the air suspension on the GLE has earned a reputation for premature failure, often leaving owners with multi-thousand-dollar repair bills. While the RX quietly earns a place in families for decades, the GLE too often finds itself back at the dealer for expensive fixes. Even in the world of performance coupes, where reliability is usually sacrificed for horsepower, Lexus manages to hold its ground. The RCF, powered by a naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8, may be heavy and not as sharp as German rivals, but its engine is a paragon of dependability. Shared with other Lexus performance models like the ISF and GSF, it is an engine without major flaws, capable of delivering thrills for hundreds of thousands of miles. The AMG C63, by contrast, delivers brutal acceleration and a driving experience that is nothing short of addictive, but it comes with considerable baggage. The V8 engines under its bonnet, whether the M156 or later M177, are known for costly issues such as head bolt failures, camshaft adjuster problems, and persistent oil leaks. Add in the fact that AMG-specific components like suspension and braking parts are extremely costly to maintain, and the C63 becomes a financial burden even for those prepared for higher upkeep. The Lexus may lack drama, but it makes up for it with longevity. Hybrids represent another key battleground, and Lexus has a clear advantage here, thanks to decades of Toyota's hybrid development. The RX 450h is a shining example, using Toyota's hybrid synergy drive system that is renowned for lasting well beyond 250,000 miles. Battery packs often survive 12 to 15 years without replacement, and even when they do need attention, the costs are surprisingly manageable. Mercedes tried to compete with the GLE 550e plug-in hybrid, but the results were far less impressive. Owners reported frequent check engine lights, degraded batteries after just a few years, and electric motor malfunctions that were eye-wateringly expensive to address. In practice, the GLE 550e became a case study in how complex hybrid systems can backfire when reliability is not prioritized from the outset. Ownership costs ultimately tell the story most clearly. According to RepairPal, Lexus sits at the very top of the reliability rankings, averaging just over $500 per year in maintenance and repairs. Mercedes-Benz, by contrast, languishes near the bottom, with average annual costs approaching $1,000. These numbers may not sound catastrophic at first, but over 10 years, the difference becomes staggering, especially when factoring in the likelihood of a major mechanical failure. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power back up the same conclusion, consistently ranking Lexus among the 3 most reliable brands in the industry, while Mercedes-Benz struggles to break into the top 20. All of this raises the final question: who truly wins the reliability war? On one side, Mercedes-Benz dazzles with innovation, prestige, and performance. Its cars are often at the cutting edge of what is possible in luxury motoring. On the other side, Lexus has built an empire on reliability, delivering cars that may be less exciting, but are vastly more dependable and affordable to keep on the road. The truth is, if you value the latest technology and don't mind the risk of steep repair bills, Mercedes-Benz still has a lot to offer. But if you want a car that will serve you faithfully for hundreds of thousands of miles, with minimal drama and reasonable running costs, Lexus is the clear winner. It is the brand that treats reliability not as an afterthought, but as the core of its identity, and in the end, that makes all the difference. If you found the video useful, be sure to hit the like button to support us, and here is another informative video for you.